Hello everyone. Today I've got some serious matters to discuss. As you can see on the screen right now, this is cancer. This is straight up cancer right here. This is unbelievable. It's just 6'7". It's just 6'7", and it's like and the chat that this is in, it's not region chat. Look at region chat. Look, there's people talking in coherent sentences here. Surprisingly. Oh look, this guy. Oh, it's this. Okay, I'll get back to Yahweh Soldier. But it's Q&A chat. This is the one place where beginners who aren't used to maybe looking up stuff on the wiki. This is the one place they can go to get help from more experienced players, right? And look at the state of it. Look at this. This is it's unbelievable. To be honest, it's unbelievable. And there's absolutely no moderation going on here. This is one of the most useful channels that Warframe has, and yet it's just been completely sabotaged. And as you can see, with the amount of 6'7s here, legitimate questions get pushed back super quickly, and you won't even be able to see them. Like, you can't see a single legitimate question here. Like, it's getting to the point where it's just a bit disappointing, right? Like, this is a bit too much. This has been going on for ages, right? And I wanted to just as you may know, if you've watched one of my earlier videos, I did mention that every now and then when I've got some time free and I don't know, maybe I'm waiting for something to happen in the game, I'll just hop onto Q&A chat and try to help beginners with things that I know how to do, and I can just answer the questions quickly. And as you can see, with these people, I was doing that. However, actually, I'll get back to that in a second. However, at a certain point, I came back and I couldn't even find any more questions to answer because of this, because of 6'7", right? And I get it's a joke, all right? I get it's supposed to be funny, right? But is it funny, right? Is it funny? These are 100% all 10-year-olds that are doing this. It's there's just no merit to the joke if you just oversaturate it, right? I'd say with memes, 6'7" is an extremely versatile meme. It's a meme that you can find references to in everywhere, because it's two of the most common numbers, right? And they're just when you think of an average number, people automatically think of 7. There was a study to do with this, right? And then 6 is right next to it, and it just rolls off the tongue because they both start with S. 6'7". It's just that it makes sense, right? It's just a perfect number that humans are just attracted to, right? But it's not funny. It's not funny when it's at this scale, right? It's just not funny, right? And now let's talk about Yahweh Soldier, okay? This person, he's a person that I've actually helped in the past, okay? So I came in, I said, because I just had enough, right? I said, I expected better from you, man. As a person I've helped, you should know how useful Q&A chat is. Why spam when it's a great place for beginners to ask questions, right? And then he says, yeah, whatever. 6'7" isn't bad. Okay, right? I said, it's not. I get it's funny, but spamming just stops people from getting their answers. Sorry. It just stops people from getting their questions answered. It's the worst channel to do this. And I stand by this. This is the one channel where you doing this is just being a nuisance, right? If you were doing this in trade chat, and in trade chat there's a lot of scammy people in there, okay, that are just prying and just waiting for the chance to prey on unknowing victims, right? That's a channel that I would be the degeneracy is already there. But Q&A chat, it's just so sad to see this kind of thing in Q&A chat. And look, he even understands it. He's like, you have a point, but also if it's 20 plus people spamming 6'7", you can't stop it. And I said, yeah, that's true. My goal in telling him this, right, wasn't to stop it. I just recognized his username, and I was like, wow, what this is just so sad. It's just so disappointing, right? I've literally helped this person with something. He from Q&A chat, he has used Q&A chat to get help from a more experienced player, and then now he's sabotaging it. You know what I mean? And I just recognized the name, and I was just like, ah, this is so disappointing. I just gotta say something, right? And I said, but that doesn't mean you gotta join in. And he said, also, this community, noobs get so much free stuff, help 24/7, and whatever, okay? And then he says, I didn't join in, I started it. As if that's something to credit, alright? And I was like, yeah, I was just helping someone who couldn't wrap his head around the fact that he had to go farm mods for the build he wanted. You know, fair enough, you know? That was me letting out a little bit of frustration, right? Because, you know, this guy, as much as, you know, I find what he's doing now annoying, you know, I did help him at a point. I did have a good conversation with him at some point, right? So, you know, there's some level of closeness between us, right? So, you know, I was just kind of letting down my own frustration with something, agreeing with him in some way, right? But then he says, some people can't read a lot of info and have a lot of options and put it all together. But then I say, but even still, I would still like to help people, and spamming the channel is just a nuisance, right? And at this point, I went back to the Q&A chat to see like what the state of it was. And then I saw him as like, after, I guess, as soon as I said this, he just spammed even more, right? Like this Yahweh soldier, he spammed even more. And I was just like, disappointing, right? And then here we go. He says, bro, I'm smoking gas right now. This shit entertainment. And I said, okay, can you do it in recruiting chat, or actually please do it in trade chat where all the scammers are chilling? And he's like, 20 other people's days being made right now from the joy of community spamming 6-7. Buddy, they're 10-year-olds. You're banding together with 10-year-olds. Like, okay, but the fact that he said I'm smoking gas right now, this is probably an adult, a whole adult that finds spamming 6-7 funny. Bruh. Okay, this is so pitiful. It's actually just, I don't even know. I honestly don't even know. Like, he thinks that just because I mean, as you can see, right, just because there are other people. Oh, okay, has it stopped? Oh my god, it stopped. Let's fucking go. I might have spoken too soon, but okay. Just because all these other, like, look, he's the one that's saying that the most, right? He says it 5 times within 10 lines, right? But, you know, there are some other people that are also joining in. But the majority of these people are, you know, who you'd expect. You know, they're young, impressionable people who's like, oh, spamming a chat with no repercussions? Oh my god, this seems so much fun. This seems like so much fun. Let me do it. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, as an adult, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, I can't lie, right? But anyways, that's what I wanted to do. I just thought, you know, I noticed this phenomena happening in Q&A chat, and I think it stopped, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly stopped. I don't see any 6-7s in this page. But yeah, the main thing about this is, you know, if you're doing stupid shit in Warframe chat, like, there's a region chat for a reason, right? And a lot of people, you might not know this, but Warframe, if you just logged in recently and you haven't played for a while, Warframe actually introduced an update where they keep region chat hidden by default. To fix that, you just got to go to settings, search up region chat, and just like activate it, right? And then you have an entire chat where you can talk about whatever you want, okay? Whatever you want. Just keep it out of Q&A chat. Like, just be a good person, keep it out of Q&A chat so that people can get the help that they want, as the purpose of this chat is for, right? And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. And let it be known, guys, I'm not a Karen, okay? I'm not pissed off. I'm not losing my mind and saying like, oh my god, I hate these people for doing this. No, it's fine, you know. It's just part of any game, right? You can think of like back in the day with like any MMORPG, like this was commonplace, right? And you know, this is just how it is. But that doesn't mean that it should be like that. So yeah, that's my point. Oh, here we go. Same guy. Look at this. See what I mean? He's the only person that is continuing. Even the 10-year-olds that he's trying to like band together with have stopped. Right? It's just him, and you know, it's a pitiful existence.